Items to buy that make you money. At the end of the day, the wealthiest among us aren't usually buying things just because they look cool or they are a fun thing to own. Usually, the people that are good at handling money are buying items so that they can make the person even more money down the line. When you buy something with the hope of making that money back, this is called an investment, and the rich are making these kinds of purchases all day in order to build upon their fortune. Fine art. One of the common mistakes that people make when they see someone buy a painting or a sculpture is assuming that person has any interest at all in the art. While it isn't always the best idea to base future investments on historical data, it is often sometimes the only tool we have to make predictions off of. Art, especially the high-end works like those by Warhol or Basquiat, can make you millions of dollars off of your investment, and if you know a little about the kind of art you're buying, you can even make predictions based off of quality or style to make even more return on your initial investment. Comic books. Until recently, with comic book companies taking over Hollywood with their relentless blockbusters, comic books were considered more of a splurge item than an investment. This never made sense, however, as comic books can be very rare and often valuable as a result. If you are someone who enjoys comics, feel free to make guesses based on what you think might become popular down the line, but if you are someone who is just trying to flip these pieces of media for a quick buck, just keep your eye on the announcements. Usually comic books spike in popularity and value when a series or run, as they are often called, get picked up to be covered as a movie. Just keep your eyes peeled, as some of these comics can sell for over $1 million if you really nail the timing. Cheap land. This entry is an oldie but a goodie, as cheap land has been considered a wise investment for quite a while. Finding land that is affordable but that also is able to turn out some sort of revenue stream is the key here, which is why most smart buyers will look into farming plots to make sure they get their money back sooner than later. While this is an old and well-known approach to making money, that doesn't mean that it is any less useful. In fact, King Charles recently just inherited 4 pieces of land when the Queen of England died, and the land is filled with farms, cattle, and most importantly cash. Classic cars. Sometimes it seems like every time you look at a tour of a celebrity's house there is always a big garage filled with exotic and classic cars. This many people can't be this into cars, though, right? You're correct that the real reason that rich people collect cars is the same reason rich people collect most things: to diversify their financial portfolio and make some more money. It's pretty common knowledge that cars begin to lose money the second that you drive them off the lot, but certain classic cars actually hold onto their value really well, and their rarity makes them a desirable item to other collectors. This whole sort of ecosystem is set up then, where your collection is always up for sale and you are always using the money you make on selling your cars to buy even more expensive vehicles. Parking spaces. Sometimes the items that you should be buying don't even seem like something on your radar. For many that's how buying parking spaces can feel, as it isn't an item that most of us feel like can help us earn passive income. While this isn't that exciting or profitable in the suburbs or more rural areas, buying parking spaces can mean big money on a busy city street or neighborhood, and you may have a bidding war scenario set up for your spot in many cases. City parking is awful, let's be honest, and driving around for an hour to find a spot can be annoying to the point where people may be eager to find a solution, even if it means buying a weekly or monthly pass to do so. This is a smart investment that is so often overlooked that there isn't as much inherent risk in the investment, either. It only requires that you learn the market and how much to pay for a spot. And that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, or learned something, leave a comment down below letting us know. Also, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe as it really helps us out a ton.